The tracks 3D is very nice. Oh, nearly lost it. Let's try to do the using 5th gear flat. Yes, we just can. The graphics look very nice. The shadows moving, the lighting. Let's see how the view looks like. Wow. It looks pretty damn fast indeed. I just had to release a throttle. Hello guys, and welcome to the RacingMachine channel. My name is Samuel, and today we are going to do something very different from what you guys saw around on YouTube. Well, today we are going to review the Oculus Rift DK2 support on 3 games. So the first game we will drive is Project Cars, the second game will be Assetto Corsa, and the third and last game will be iRacing. We did videos on all those 3 games before, and my latest video is on iRacing itself, but today we are going to drive the same combo, I mean the same car and track on all those 3 games. And I mean we will drive the Mclaren MP4-12C GT3 car, the racing version of the road car, the MP4-12C, at the SPA Francorchamps track. So this is a great combo and a very nice car. So let's have a look first at Project Cars, and then we'll move on to Assetto Corsa and Iracing. We have a real quick look here on its interior before we move on to the hot lap. So I'll try to be real quick into the analysis of this car's interior. Let me just stop right here in the track, and the engine is stalled. Okay, it's good now. So the first thing is that we see the Mclaren MP4-12C. This is the Formula 1 ring from the F Formula 1 car. It's the MP4/24, I think. We see a quite modified interior comparing to the road car. Lots of carbon fiber exposed all around, and we see this window from acrylic, I think, some plastic material, I don't know. We see this emergency thing. I don't know why is that for. Probably for the driver to pull this when he's about to exit the car. I don't know. We see a lot of electronic stuff here, the ignition modules and lots of things. I have no idea what they are for. We see no seats, passenger seat here, just my driver seat, and we see this tubular frame inside. It's probably made of steel, not sure, but it's very nice. I love this. And we also see the dashboard. It's kinda look like the road version, but a little bit different. We see this central dash. It's kind of a display that has some buttons. Probably the driver can control a couple things there, but I can't change it on Project Cars. I'm crashing my head into the gear shift here, my Thrustmaster shifter. But a very nice interior. You see that on Project Cars there are very few shadows, so the graphics are not that good. It's very basic, I would say, when you are driving with your Oculus Rift. But once you switch to the single screen or triple screen, things change quite a lot. So even if you set the graphics to the maximum level on your computer and you are using the DK2, you will see just like this. The graphics are not, I mean, in terms of shadow and lighting, is not that good, but the overall, the rest, the 3D is very good. So let's just give it a lap around the circuit. So we'll give it a analyze while driving. Well, we are just about to end our very first lap, the warm-up lap, and about to enter our very first hot lap. Braking very hard to the first hairpin, leading to the huge corner, up the gears into 5th gear. We're gonna do it flat out in 5th gear. One thing I think the project card should improve heavily is the force feedback. Even though I can feel the car quite good, I just can't feel the rumble strips too much. So that can be quite improved, but they will, I'm sure. The Trax 3D is very, very nice. Ooh, nearly lost it. The track itself is not laser scanned as we have it on iRacing and Assetto Corsa, but it's very well made. I mean, it's very real and accurate from my point of view. The rumble strips, the corners they look very real. The environment itself as well. Obviously, as I said, you have lots of better graphics, have a way better graphic quality when playing without the DK2. Even though you can set your graphics to the maximum settings with the Oculus Rift, the shadows are really not there. Like you see on the interior, it's really shadowless. But the overall graphics it's very good. The car tends to be pretty neutral to this course. Sorry, so it doesn't understeer or oversteer too much. It's very nice to drive on this game. This car is running a default setup. I didn't really want to change the setup for this review, so you're seeing a default car, pretty much default car, but still very nice to drive. Well, we are into Assetto Corsa now, looking at the very same car, the MP4-12C GT3 car from the FIA GT Championship, and you see right away that the interior looks great. The shadows are pretty nice still. The image quality when playing on a single screen or triple screen is better, because the rendering engine, I think it limits the quality of the graphics when you are using the DK2. But overall, you see the shadows, they look great, and the lighting is very, very nice. I mean, it looks great, unbelievably great, man. You have to see that. You have to see this. It's fantastic graphic quality, and the head movement, it's very, very clean. I mean, there is no jittering or no lags, nothing, no delay. When you move your head, it's just like when you are inside the car. It feels completely amazing. I think I can say this straight away that the immersion on a game with the DK2 is probably the best one in Assetto Corsa. You really feel you are inside the car, and when you move your head, the image, there's no jittering, nothing. It's very, very beautiful and very, very fast, so there is no delay whatsoever. And you see the 3D looks very, very nice, and all the stuff inside the car, it looks great. Very, very good. Compared to Project Cars, it has more shadows, the lighting is better, and immersion is just a little bit better. Still, Project Cars is very good with the GK2. and Assetto Corsa is very early with the GK2, still earlier than Project Cars. I think Assetto Corsa still wins this fight, but both games have still the beta support, so we don't have final support for the GK2 yet. Overall it's very nice. The buttons, everything is very well made, very similar if not equal to Project Cars. Well, let's give it a lap around this track and see how the driving feels like in Assetto Corsa. So we are just ending our very first warm-up lap in Assetto Corsa, and just about to start our very first hot lap. And from right now the graphics look stunning on this game. It's good on Project Cars, but it's even better here. Let's try to do the using 5th gear flat. Yes, we just can. The graphics look very nice. The shadows moving, the lighting, the overall track objects, they're very real. And I mean the textures, they are very nice. The road textures, the curbs textures, they're very real. I like this quite a lot. This is a laser scanned track, different than Project Cars, so it tends to be more accurate as well. Overall the car feels a little bit more difficult to drive than in Project Cars. I mean, it oversteers quite a lot more. See that? I nearly lost it. Wow. It's a little bit more funner, I think, than in Project Cars, and a little bit more harder as well. It's not that easy, and it tends to be more oversteering. And this is a default setup as well. You can't change setups when playing with the DK2 on Assetto Corsa. There are no on-screen menus, so you gotta be with the default setup for life. So this is a very early support. I think they'll change that later. Overall the driving feels impressive. The force feedback on this game is amazing. I can feel the apexes and everything that's going with the car pretty much. The oversteers, understeers, and all the steers. It feels really great. So this is our review into iRacing, driving again the MP4-12C GT3 at SPA Francorchamps, and let's give a quick look into the interior and graphics. The graphics are very good, not as good as in Project Cars or Assetto Corsa. I mean, the 3D details, they are very good, but both are still better. But I think Assetto Corsa is the winning one in terms of lighting and shadow, and in second place comes Iracing. The shadowing and lighting are very good. There's one thing that the iRacing didn't bring yet to the DK2 support, which is the positional tracking. You see that I move my head forwards, but there is no such movement in the game. The same goes for backwards movements. So you can only look around, but the positional tracking doesn't work. So this can probably make some people dizzy, but I personally don't feel like this anymore. It feels nice to me. I don't feel, you know, it feels okay for me, but they will bring this thing into support later. So I can't show too much of the cockpit without the positional tracking. So overall the interior feels great. The lighting, shadowing, I like it quite a lot. So let's give it a lap around this track and see how the track 3D and immersion feels. just ending our warm-up lap and starting our very first hot lap on iRacing. This is an amazing track. This game is completely laser scanned, so look at the details, the skid marks, the road and access textures, the outside of track objects are really nice. Let's see how the rear push looks like. Wow, it looks pretty damn fast indeed. I just had to release the throttle compared to Assetto Corsa and PCARS, but I did it flat, but the gearing seems taller on this setup, so 6th gear is not good. The straight where it was, the car feels a little bit understeering. Wow, the track feels really impressive. This laser scan job is amazing. They did it perfectly. It's quite the same as in real life. I mean, when you're looking at onboard footage from this track, it's completely the same as playing here. The teeniest details are very, very present here. I like the road textures, they are all visible using the DK2. I like the lighting and the shadows inside the car as well. They're very nice. They're very likely when you play with the single screen or triple screen. The graphics don't change much. This is the last difference I see comparing the screen and the DK2 is on iRacing. There's almost no difference. We're just about to end our hot lap. Let's see what is the time it looks like. 2:24. Not a bad time, but it's only to showcase the game. But a very, very nice game. I love it, the feel. We just need the positional tracking, but overall it feels great. So guys, that was our comparative video between all the three games, the PCARS, Assetto Corsa and Iracing, when using the Oculus Rift DK2. So all the three games have very nice gameplay and immersion on the DK2. The number one in my opinion is Assetto Corsa because it has the best graphics when you are using the Oculus Rift. It has the best force feedback of all of the three, and the driving, the physics is very, very nice, very real. You can feel the car sliding pretty much. It gives you this impressive immersion in terms of driving, and so it's my number one choice for now. The number two should be iRacing, very closely with PCARS in third place. I mean, they're probably tied one to the other. Even though iRacing doesn't have the positional tracking support, it has the HUD displays all around, so you can see the menus, you can see everything from inside the Rift. You don't have to take it off and select the car track, click play and put the DK2. You can do everything with the DK2. Both PCARS and Assetto Corsa don't have this yet, so iRacing is very good at this, but it doesn't have the positional tracking yet, which is that thing when you move your head forwards and the character will do the same. Overall, it's very nice. The lighting and shadows inside the cockpits are very nice. It's pretty similar to what you see on your screen when you're playing without the DK2. So, and the track and all the rest around the car is perfect, to say the least. So it's really, really nice. The track is completely laser scanned. The textures are basically photographs they took, so it's perfect. The track is perfect. It's the #1 choice in terms of realism of tracks. And Assetto Corsa has laser scanned tracks as well, but Iracing is still better in my opinion. And the drivability is very nice on Iracing. I think that it just lacks a little bit of the force feedback on oversteer moments, but it's very nice and real. And I would say the third place should be PCARS, but it's quite unfair to say that because all the 3 games have beta support for the GK2. They are not full release yet, even Iracing. So PCARS has the best graphics when you are playing on the screen. That's without a doubt. But when you're using the DK2, the graphics are very basic. The shadows are really not there. So I think that they took off graphic quality in terms of performance. I mean the frame rates per second. Because what matters with the GK2 is how good your computer can play the game, I mean, in terms of speed. So you need to have 75 frames per second. So I think that's why they took off graphic quality for performance. And the realism in terms of physics is very good, but still I think it's not as real as Iracing and Assetto Corsa. But it's very good. It's not bad. Don't take me wrong. It's very nice. But I think that Assetto Corsa and Iracing are harder to drive. I think that's a better definition. My lap times were 2:19 in PCARS, 2:21, almost 2:20 on Assetto Corsa, and 2:24 on Iracing. Those are not my best times. They are all done with default setups, so it's only to show you guys the very basic thing about driving on those games. It's not a hot lap competition or anything. So PCARS is not far behind them. It's really good to play. The cars are amazing, the Mclaren MP1 and stuff, but it really needs some more work on it. So overall I think that's it. I'm sorry for the long video, but I tried to shorten it as much as I could, and I hope you guys liked that. If you so, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel so you can stay tuned and you won't miss our next videos. And also don't forget to share this video with your friends so you can show them the comparison between PCARS, Assetto Corsa and Iracing when driving with our friend DK2. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope we'll see you again next video, and thank you a lot for your attention. Cheers.